He's a sock smeller.
I am a sock smeller. Nothing gets me there closer than a good old bag of socks.
Hello, and thank you very much for downloading this most recent episode of Movie Guys Podcast. You can download many more episodes at movieguyspodcast.podbean.com.
Am I a Bill Burr fan? Yes, I'm starting the episode out with a question because I've grown with his YouTube clips over the past couple of years, especially during COVID, and I'm liking his stuff. So I'm curious about what you feel, Eric. Today we're reviewing Old Dads, reviewing a comedy.
Today we reviewed Old Dads, the old dad said.
Thank you.
Would you consider us old dads? Sarah says I'm
No,
not.
no, those guys are in their 50s.
Well, that's good then. We got
Yeah,
a
we're not.
head start on them, then at
Yeah,
least.
yeah.
I think this movie is fine. It's a comedy. I think, if anything, we have to talk about the state of comedies right now. They are not too, there's not too many of them that are coming out and not too many that are staying memorable.
Well, until American Pie 5 comes out because Stifler said that they're currently writing a script.
And that's the problem right there, right? Is that it's not anything new that's original on its own. Even though, Lord, they tried. Lord knows they try. It's these reboots where they get the band back together, and that's fun for nostalgia for maybe a bit, but it's not good for a rewatch. It's
Well,
coming to America too.
what
We
story
got
can
it
you tell?
once.
What? I mean, you and I can sit here for
A
a whole
coming
hour
of age
show.
story. Like, okay, you were just talking about how what was the other comedy movie that we had that we had watched before this,
It
and it
was
was
it was about the kids.
the
Shoot,
yeah
it's about
was
the kids.
is it Bad Words or something like that?
Something like
No,
that.
no, that's Jason Bateman. Uh, movie
Good
where
Good
kids
Boys. Was it
swear.
Good Boys? The Good Boys. I think it was Good.
Oh
No.
yeah, I think it might have been Good Boys. Yes, you're right, Good Boys.
Yeah, where they with a drink of beer and the whole
2019. There's no way, dude. We had to have done a comedy.
name it. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I will admit
Thor:
that
Love and Thunder.
that was not a comedy.
But there's the issue, right? Is that there's no solid comedies anymore. It's just that every other movie now it just throws in comedy. All these
So is
action
this?
movies have comedy in them. All these horror movies have comedy in them. All these romance movies they've been having comedy in them.
Well, they've had
So
comedy for 20 years. Rom com, bud.
it's almost like the other genres just ate and absorbed comedy as a general. You as a whole. You ask like what story can they tell? I mean, this is always the comedy of it. Something of an awkward situation. Boys growing up, doing some stuff or a misunderstanding of some sort. They're making another Harold and Kumar now.
How? Never mind. I was going to say things totally inappropriate. Never mind.
So there's the other thing too is that there you had a lot of movies like Superbad, right, where it's just kind of focusing on the age experience about the losers or the in-betweeners in high school trying to go to a cool party. Simple task, and how the entire movie is them trying to get there. Whereas Good Boys was this kind of something similar, where it was they had like the drugs and they're being chased to try to get to some place. Yeah, it's kind of the same thing. What's another movie that was kind of? But
Well,
either way, like I think that the story for comedy can be there, but it's just the jokes that they are told now have to be tasteful, right? They can't go too.
I don't know. That new Jennifer Lawrence comedy had Gina and I rolling. That is a new one, right? There are two that come to mind that kind of like seem different from the crowd. And that new Jennifer Lawrence one, whatever that one was called, that just came out.
Yeah,
It's on Netflix. That one's hilarious. It's really good. They do a lot of jokes that I didn't think they would do. And the other one would be cock blockers.
Okay, I mean Dicks, right? We haven't seen that one yet, but No Hard Feelings is Jennifer Lawrence's movie.
Yeah, No Hard Feelings, but then Cock Blockers was, I thought, was interesting because it was a point of view of the dad. Have you ever seen Cock Blockers?
I don't think so.
It stars John Cena, and it's a bunch of white suburban dads, and it's prom night, and the dads all figure out, oh my God, their daughters are going to lose their virginity on prom night. So the whole point of the movie is the dads go on a drunken run in a minivan trying to find their daughters, going to party to party to party to stop them from having sex on prom night.
So what the? I'm trying to see some other comedies that they came out. You People is
That's a club.
considered a comedy.
Eh,
Cocaine Bear is considered a comedy.
that was bad. That was
Gar-
bad.
Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is considered a comedy for some reason. Bottoms, which is a movie that I wanted to watch, is on there. We have a Ghost, which is something that we did, right? Is on there. 80 for Brady came out. This is all for 2023. 80 for Brady is a movie that I've seen. It's not. It's a cute movie, but whatever. It's comedy. Murder Mystery too. The void for comedies. These are all just so bland. These all just seem to just
Well,
kind
is
of
this
just
movie
fit.
bland? We're here to review old dads. Is this movie bland?
This is kind of taking on a topic, right? This is kind of the generations. Like this is an older generation trying to raise kids how they were raised. This rough and
This is
tough
Gen X,
way.
right?
Yeah, I think
Bill Burr and his friend are Gen X
Bill
guys,
Burr seems
right?
like a Gen X guy playing as a boomer.
Right. Do you like Bill Burr? Do you like his shtick?
Yeah, for the most part, I like his count. I've seen him live.
Oh, you've seen him live? Okay. Yeah, my favorite little skit that he did was with Conan when he was talking about supper, about how his little brother said, "Mom, I hate you," and Dad threw the milk
Yeah.
and continued to eat. And I was like, that brought me back to my childhood. And he's always complaining about little things. That's what got me, right? About women in the NFL and people in flights, like stuff that the common man, he seems like a common man comedian, right?
Well, yeah,
That's
I,
what
I see him as a louder Larry David.
There you go. So, like having a movie that he has wrote and directed and starring in, I'm kind of interested in seeing it. I knew it was going to be of the time, right? And boy, I saw a lot of myself in Bill Burr. Like, first of all, he's living in California, Hollywood, right? LA area, and their child is going to some vegan uh, trophy wearing a helmet school. I mean, I kind of showed my hand about how I feel of Bill Burr at this moment, right? Like, this is exactly what I would feel, you know? I hate this school and I hate the teacher. I hate this environment. I'm uncomfortable. I'm more comfortable you taking me down Detroit than these people.
Of course, because you know what to expect in the city, or if you
Right.
were to see it, you could at least throw it off as the excuse, like, oh well, we're in the city, we're in the ghetto. Whereas in this situation, you have to walk on eggshells. You don't know what's gonna go off. Everything is just a word away from blowing up.
Right. And it's just crazy. Like, what was it? So he flew off because he was what, not even 5 minutes
It was
late
late.
picking up the kid.
Yeah.
You know how many times I've been late picking up Riley? They don't care.
Well, yeah, of course. He's be 2 minutes late apparently in this one.
They don't even see who Riley goes home with. They don't care. The door's open, the kids run out.
Well, they do different things at this school, Jordan.
Different things that piss me off. Like like I'm even finding myself to be in this way, right? Like, okay, you know where I live. You know how far I live away from the school. For the people that don't know, I look out my window and the school's there. Like it's there, right?
Mm-hmm.
I still walk my first grader to school. When I was in first grade, we walked to school, Eric, if we could, right?
I did.
Right. Up the hill, being like our dads at this point. So it's like I'm not used to this world, and I know he is, meaning Bill Burr is mocking this world, but this has to be how it is, right? I mean, this is how ridiculous people are out there,
I
right?
hope not. I
Yeah, it is.
fear
Come
for
on.
myself if that's the case. I'm sure it does exist, but maybe not to this volume. This is a lot of people that are ganging up and kind of getting offended at basically everything. I'm with Bill Burr on that, especially when he was forced to apologize to everybody.
That was terrible. I felt uncomfortable for him and myself.
Yeah, I wanted so bad because obviously it's kind of relatable in that situation just to tell everyone off there, flip them off and and then run out. Not run out,
Hmm.
but walk out like, nah, I'm bye. Yeah.
Why is he married to the woman that he's married to? I think that's a conflict too, right? Because with him being so boisterous and loud and opinionated, you would think that he would be married to somebody that sees the world that he sees it. But she is all about this, like fitting in. Like she's all about that. We need to fit in because we got to have a good school for the kid. You need to apologize. You need to do this. You need to do that. Like she's
You
very
know,
not him.
I had wondered that for the longest time, Jordan. Not just in this movie, but they've done it in a lot of other movies too. I want to say usually Adam Sandler movies. But I think there's a lot of other ones where it seems like the couple that we're supposed to believe is married for X amount of years and has a kid or kids, and it always just seems like the wife and the husband just don't ever like they're on two separate different pages. Like, are you guys just bitter and hate each other now? Because it seems like that's just where it is. But there's no talk of like divorce or anything else like that. It just you know what I mean. It just seems like this should be the person that you signed up with to do all this. Did you not know that this was the person that he was going to act this way? That he was this type of person before all this? It
Hmm.
is this really coming out now? That and what's breaking the camel's back here is this guy reacting for being 2 minutes late to the school. Like, right? It just seems like you shouldn't be chastising him for overreacting. You should be standing by your husband because he's got a point. This is kind of a silly thing. You're paying this much money for. Anyway,
No, it's
it,
true, right? Yeah,
where
because
it
I'm
seems like
always
the wife is always just like, I can't believe my husband would act this way. Just like, honey, you've been with this guy for 10 years. You tell
right.
me you didn't like this. This is now suddenly a different change in the man.
Yeah, it's always what I call the what I call the alcoholic syndrome with marriage. It's like, honey, you do realize that he's been drunk in every photo. There's not a photo of him not holding a beer, and you're just surprised by that now. So it's like, like kind of know who you're marrying there, right?
So yeah,
So
it's like she's surprised that she's married to Bill Burr, and
right. I
then
mean,
he's
like
acting
it
like
just
Bill Burr.
it doesn't make sense. And like I saw this movie a few weeks ago to prepare for it, and I was going to rewatch, like the big scenes to prepare for this, but the day would not allow me. But after this, didn't he like ask to do like a fundraiser, and he like killed it for a minute? Like he was doing really good. No, it was like an auction, right? He like killed it, and then all of a sudden something happened and it got ruined
Yeah, there was doing like some sort of auction, a sound auction thing, and
for the
this
school.
was, yeah, for the school fundraiser. And this was after he got the news that he and his buddies who started a business with each other, selling throwback jerseys, were bought out by a competitor, and then they were left on right as contract.
They were left by the Okay, so let's talk about that. Actually, that's a good
Let's
point.
talk about it.
So, thanks. They got bought out by this d bag, blonde hair guy named Chad. I'm assuming his name is Chad.
Sure.
Um, or did he get bought by another company? That guy's just like managing it. Did they get bought out by this guy?
No, yeah, he got bought out by the kid guy.
The kid guy, Chad. I'm gonna call him Chad.
Yeah,
Or yeah, okay, the Chad. Um, they got bought out by this guy, and this guy. Okay, so they did throwback jerseys, and this guy bought him out, but he doesn't do throwback jerseys.
he buys up startups.
Okay. So he keeps them on, and oh yeah, this is the scene where they have to go find this old guy that's roamed the earth like Kang and Kung Fu.
Yeah.
And there's this awesome little thing where they're not harassing him, but they're harassing like some other worker guy there, and they were talking about stuff that you and I would talk about off camera.
Yeah. Where they were on their way to find the guy, Ed Cameron. That one of the other guys, Travis, was in the car with them, and as they were journeying to go find this Ed Cameron guy, which they do find, and they get him in right, but they're just what locker room talk, just riffing in the car a little bit.
Right. They're listening to hip hop, and they're like, "You say the word, right?" And he's like, "No, I don't say the word."
But yeah, that's the thing is that they were just messing around, and unbeknownst to them, the entire thing was recorded, and because they were on a work trip, they were expected to behave under work guidelines, right?
Right. And that happens though, right? I mean, this happens. No.
I sure hope not, man. That seems like you'd have a lawsuit there.
Yeah, it seems like it, right? Because they say some funny stuff. Because wasn't the guy rapping to NWA?
Uh, yeah.
He was rapping to NWA, and of course, the black friend of the group is just staring at him with the death stare the entire time, which I found was hilarious.
Yeah, that guy was
And
great. Mike was the character's name. Oh, and the guy that bossed it was Aspen Bell.
so, why were they trying to find this wanderer? Just because this young guy who bought up their company thinks that this guy's cool because he wanders the earth since like 1987 or something like that.
Yeah,
He just
his whole thing was he was gonna rebrand their company.
he was going to rebrand the Throwback Jersey Company as a company to support homeless dudes. Doesn't
Whatever,
matter.
some apparel anyway, and his whole thing was the people who don't want to be famous, that those people who are famous, get this guy, and he's gonna be part of a marketing campaign. That's all it was. That was his
So
thing.
people that don't want to be famous, wow, he didn't seem Scream 4 because that's all about being famous. Get that guy. They get fired from the own company that they started that got bought out because they were caught being recorded. And then what? I mean, like the one dad um is friends with them, but then like his wife is really involved in the school. So like when Bill Bird messed up the auction, like the dad couldn't talk to him anymore.
Oh yeah,
Like,
so
hey man,
about the auction, so they get let go, and yeah, so Jack, Connor, and Mike. Jack is Bill Burr. Connor is Bobby uh, Calavalli. Is that pronounce it?
just speak English.
And Mike is Bukeem Woodbine.
Hmm.
Anyway, after they get fired, yeah, Connor, his wife, is really got him on a short leash.
Right.
Got him just tied down, and you're not allowed to talk to your friends type of thing, and he has to basically for the rest of the movie kind of hide his friendship, whether it be secret text messages on secret phones or writing little letters.
The funny thing is that I can relate. We know a guy like that.
Yeah, exactly. Ew, got him. Shots fired. Friend of the show,
Um,
if he's listening. We love you. We miss you. Come back for game night. And then the other one, Mike, he has got a good relationship. He has a grown kid going to college. He and his baby's mama, his kid's mom, have a good relationship, and he has a new, younger girlfriend
oh
who
God.
is not about all that stuff
No,
until
no, no, no.
suddenly, once he's let go from all this, oh, and he's getting to kind of possibly another job, is she reveals that she's pregnant.
Right, yeah. The girl that never wants to be pregnant, never wants to be a mom, all about her looks. That's all a lie, right? In these movies, right? It is. I would say that he was bamboozled, hoodwinked, if you will. He was tricked. I, I,
No, he
I would
tricked
say.
himself, dude. It's
No, come on.
Yeah, because anyone that says that is like, no, I don't believe you unless you can show me the receipt of you having the procedure done that
Mm-hmm,
disallows you from doing it. You
mm-hmm,
know, where you've made that decision, then
hmm.
no, that's always an option. That's always an option.
No, but he was blind. We've all been there. I
Oh,
the funny thing is,
he was blinded, all right. He's blinded by love.
blinded by the lights, indeed. The funny thing is that every time, not every time, I'm sorry, that was stupid choice of words. When I watched this movie, I could not think about nothing else besides me, you, and the other one. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
it says it's
R.I.P.
old dad. Yeah, it says old dads, but we've lived like a lot of this movie, right?
Are you
I
talking about
mean,
the
look,
strip clubs?
in general, I'm talking about the whole movie. Like, I feel like I'm a Bill Burr kind of guy, right? Because anytime I tell you stories off air or on air, when I gave the waitress crap about the whole gratuity thing, right? That's something that Bill Burr would do,
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah, definitely. Where you just
That's
kind of say it
me
out
and
loud, right past
right,
the filter.
yeah, that's me in the group. You know what I mean? And you're Mike.
I'm definitely Mike.
You're so Mike.
I'm
You know,
absolutely Mike.
100%. And then the other one is the other one.
Yeah,
I'm
the other
just
one
saying.
is definitely Connor. I can definitely see that. Definitely because of the Italian aspect of it too. Hey, forget about it.
Hey, you put mushrooms on it. You don't put pineapple.
Whoa, I gotta ask her first.
Yeah, hey now, hey, Papa de Poopy. Yeah. So no, I mean, like, it was very hard for me to watch this with a straight face because us three model the character types of each individual guy. I'm right so much. So what happens next? So she's pregnant. The auction happens, and then what? Bill Burr, like, somehow they
He
get
was
to
he was
they
hyping
don't go
up
to
the mic.
Vegas.
He was
Right.
hyping up the mic,
Right.
and in order to kind of boost up the sales because he was feeling pretty good, he
Right.
bid. He put a bid in.
That's right. Yeah, he bought himself something stupid.
He put in a bit
Oh, he
more
bought
like he bought like yeah, exactly. He bought like some one-on-one time with
with the principal or
with
someone.
the director principal that he hates. They got into
Yes,
a thing with Dr. Lois Schmeckel Turner.
right. I know her, right? Please, because I know this actress. I've seen her in everything.
You've never seen her before in your life.
Yeah, I know
Yes,
I
you
have.
have. She is Rachel Harris, man. She's been in a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Hangover. She plays Ed Harris's wife.
Thank you.
She's in Goosebumps, the
She
movie,
isn't
or sorry, the TV show on Disney Plus.
the OG Goosebumps show.
No, the new one that's on with Justin Long. That's on Disney Plus.
That's on now.
That's on now.
Gives me something to watch tonight. Thank you.
It's a series.
Uh,
I've watched it. It's yeah. Viewer beware. You're in for a scare.
Wednesday quality.
No, no, definitely not.
Uh, oh man. Okay.
But
All right.
but
Give
still,
it a try.
it's a
Give it a
watch.
try. Okay, it's a watch. So he has to win time with her. Now I'm skipping ahead, right? So tell me where I'm in the timeline. But eventually the guys don't go to Vegas. They go to because
Oh, you
because
mean
Mike's
after
Mike's
the
upset. Mike's upset that the girl that his girlfriend's pregnant, right?
uh-huh.
So they don't they go to Vegas? No, not Vegas, but they go to some place, right?
Uh, hold on a sec. Don't they go? Let's see, fundraiser and then blow up. Uh, no, I'm pretty sure after they kind of split up and do their own thing for a bit, right? Isn't that what it is?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, and then they yeah because Jack and Mike they would see each other at a late night restaurant,
Mm-hmm.
both
Oh
eating kind
yeah,
of
yeah. The
separately.
diner, the diner.
Yeah, because it focuses on Jack's and his wife's relationship for a bit, and his downfall of him, Jack, hitting bottom a bit, right after this whole thing, and after the whole getting fired from his work, and then with the kid, and then everything else. He decides to kind of do a little bit better, but then he and Mike make peace. Mike's going through his own thing, and this is where we get to see glimpses of everyone else's downfall in their life.
Mhm.
Then they pick up Connor for a casino bachelor party road trip.
Right, and then they go to the. No, that's not Vegas. That's not even Reno, right? That's like some.
It's a casino. It's whatever. They're going out there because Mike's girlfriend insists they get married. That's what it was. They were focusing a lot on Mike and his girlfriend with Brittany.
And then they run into the jerk that fired them, who is there for a retreat from his own company because he said something insensitive or something like that, right? Or like the old dude thing didn't work out,
He
but
had
he was
said
there.
some politically some questionable things.
I bit my tongue on that one.
That's all it takes just to get you fired, buddy. Is just say the wrong things, wrong time.
Yeah, I know. I bit my tongue on that one.
Like actually,
Yeah, no, yeah. It's because I don't want to make this into a Jordan rant on the World View show episode. I don't get it. It scares me. I used to be with it. Now what it is scares me,
they changed it.
and it will happen to you.
Yeah, sure was. Sure,
So
it is.
yes. Um.
So they go to have a blowout at the casino,
Wow.
and
Us
they get
three
a,
have
and they get a
experienced
ride
this.
there from by Bruce Dern.
Yes, yes, we have
Oh no,
experienced.
Bruce Dern picks him up on the way back, right?
Yes,
To
we
the way to the
experienced this.
hospital.
This is exactly like somebody was there and videotaped our experiences, right? Like this happened. Hey, she loves me. No, no, she doesn't. She does not love you. Yes, she does. No.
I don't know.
Uh,
Well, didn't one guy swallow his wedding ring and then?
yeah, so the Italian guy swallowed the wedding ring and then he choked on it, which that didn't happen, but probably did happen without us knowing.
That's
Um,
that's great. And there and no cocaine either.
just God, mounds of cocaine. And yeah, they're being cool with the new owner who fired them. Did he fire himself from his own company, this guy?
The Aspen guy?
Yeah.
No, it's his investors or whatever retreat he was going to or uh thing he was going to. He just s- said something at the wrong time or did something, and then they got dumped by the investors, leaving him broke. Plain and simple, right? Or something like that. Well, vague enough to where they put it into a sentence, and then they kind of just moved on from it. But how, whatever. It's the kind of the fu that the guys needed in Vegas just to kind of see, like their boss down an L for the boss is a win for them, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Which, I mean, that would be a win for me or you, right? I mean, like we walk in, we see the boss down and out, and you're just like, right?
Well, yeah, especially when he's a victim of his own wokeness.
Right, right. Which eventually will happen and break. Never mind. Bit my tongue again. So they have to get because Mike's baby is being born. And this is where we get who's the Uber driver?
Bruce Dern.
Bruce Dern. And then this is when we get back to the city and Bill Burr has a realization when the Uber driver's complaining, he's just like, "Oh my God, I'm turning into this old guy. I got to change and I got to run to the hospital." No, sorry, so Bill Burr's kid was, right? Who was having a kid? Was it Bill Burr?
What? No, Mike was having a kid.
Yeah, but Bill Burr ran to the hospital too, though.
Oh, was he having a baby too? Yeah, he
I
was.
think he was having a baby too because he was running, and I so badly wanted Coldplay to like the song like the scientist play while he's running.
You're right. You're right. He was going to
Because she's
his.
pregnant too. That's right. That was the big conflict because his wife is pregnant too.
Yes, you're right. Because his wife and
Mike's
Mike's
wife.
girlfriend
Girlfriend.
were bonding. Yes.
Mm. Yeah. So his kid is born, and I wanted Coldplay so bad. Didn't happen. And he gets to the hospital, and oh, we're having a baby. Oh, what was it? His wife was pissed because it was classic. So this is why go on a rant. This is why we don't review comedies at Movie Guys, because every time we review comedies, I like there's not a plot, really. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing to really talk about besides this is a funny bit, this is a funny bit, this is a funny bit. You know what I mean? It's really hard. Like I would also say another thing that we do sometimes that's hard to review is like series like Wednesday or like Star Wars or like Marvel. Like
Hmm.
we do like TV series because it's like what do we talk about? Like there's nothing about oh, I really understand how it feels to take miles of cocaine with strippers in Vegas somewhere with my boys. Like, I don't know. Like, am I being too harsh on it?
No, maybe you should go try that. Maybe we should
Didn't
go
we
try that.
didn't we do that in Pennsylvania?
Must be missing. Must be missing out.
I'm just saying.
No, it's one of those where I agree with you because in the issue with comedies nowadays is that it's competing with every other genre and it's trying to put a story second to this comedy. It's trying to fit these jokes in first and then a story around it to kind of put the bookend in the movie.
Mhm.
I do think that with a comedy movie that it should involve the story or the situation first
Right.
because that in itself is a comedy. Those parts where it is relatable that that thing in high school that you're trying to do in trying to work up to the prom. Prom night we're gonna lose it, or something. You make that promise with your friends, or that one
Mhm.
summer that you had in junior high at camp. Something kind of relatable in there that you can always go back to.
Yeah, the camp. Yeah, where you meet a guy that's 40 years old and teaches you how to dance.
Exactly, exactly. You know,
Yeah. So
but
Stranger
with
Things does
something
it
like,
better though, right?
well, that's definitely a horror. But the situations exaggerated are a good part for that. What did we just Booksmart? Remember that one? The Olivia Wilde movie that we watched.
We never reviewed that, dude.
Me, you, and Ed, and Ryan, all the four of us. Pretty sure.
Nope. Nope.
I'm
This
pretty
is
sure
not
me
another
you.
game.
I'm pretty sure me, you, and
No.
Ryan did Booksmart.
Nope. Never. No. We've never.
All right,
It's
check
not.
it in the catalog. But that would be one such movie where it was entertaining. It was a comedy. 2019. Damn, it's been a while since we've done one of these comedies, man.
It's been a while. Yeah.
But
Yeah. We've
again,
never
where
put books.
it's just relatable, where it's simple living, but with
Mhm.
bigger jokes. I think that
Mhm.
helps out a little bit more. That Good Boys movie maybe would have worked if it had a better story, or if that fat kid wasn't so much like an Eric Cartman.
Yeah, but the reason why Good Boys kind of worked for me though is because we as now grown adult men, but as young boys, that was our life. What was relatable is that, oh my God, we got to drink our first beer. We got to do everything that's impossible to get the girl because a week later the relationship is over with. You know what I mean? Like that's relatable, right?
Well, what about
So,
also offensiveness as well too? A lot of these movies were offensive because of kind of what the content that was in there, right? But
yeah, but
or maybe it was because of who was in it too. You had um, a big era in the '90s in comedies because you had lead players like Chris Farley and Adam Sandler making movies. In the early 2000s, you had the Frat Pack. You had Will Ferrell, Vince Vaughn, Owen Wilson, all making these kind of comedies and really having a hold on it. Who is there now? You know, who's is there a group that's doing comedies now?
The only group that I remember that I used to love was Broken Lizards, but they're not doing anything.
I thought they had a new movie that came out recently.
The only one that well, yeah, Super Troopers 2, but
Oh
that's
yeah.
about it. That's about it. I mean, I like Broken Lizards for, of course, Super Troopers. My favorite's actually Beer Fest. They did Club Dread. They did Slam and Salmon.
Sure, sure, but still, I mean, there's the ability to kind of push an envelope as well too is get star power because a lot of these old people are getting older now too that were doing these comedies and a lot of the new comedians now are taking on to the internet. They're all on TikToks and the
Right.
YouTubes and stuff like that. I did see that the Daily Wire is getting their jump in on the comedy thing with Lady Ballers. Have you seen this movie?
Yeah. I've seen the previews of it, and I laugh every time because Daily Wire but Daily Wire is doing it for a political agenda. They're not actually making these movies because they think that they're good. Do you remember a few years ago where that one woman from um, shoot, the Star Wars one, the Mandalorian? Remember when she said something political and
Yeah,
Disney fired her?
yeah.
Her next movie was a Daily Wire movie. She's not going to be censored here. You know what I mean? So Daily Wire and their comedy is just going to be.
Well, sure. It'll be,
Well,
very in their little corner. Uh, but we're at a part right now. I really do feel this that if there's a comedy movie that comes out, now's the time to strike. You could hit and it could work. Stand up is coming back pretty big right now, and so are comedy series are coming back a bit more. I think if there was ever a time for a major comedy movie to come out. I just don't know what it would have to be about something or be with someone that would really have to break it. I'm not saying that Lady Ballers movie is, but it's one of those where it's so dumb that it just might work.
it has to be a '90s, right? What did somebody say that I saw on Facebook recently? Uh, if they were to do um, Dazed and Confused now or something like that, it would be exactly year to the date of when it was supposed to be taking place when it was filmed.
Well, there's the
So,
thing. It
so
sorry, it cannot be a throwback or a nostalgia grab.
but
That
for the masses,
that
what happened?
hurts. That it hurts though, right?
Does it? Did it hurt those audiences of Dazed and Confused? I don't think so. I mean, like, if they do okay, so they're trying it right now. Right now media is dipping their toe. I'm sorry,
It worked the
into
same
the
way with
throwback.
Dumb and Dumber.
Right, but like they tried it last year with that '90s show. That was a mild hit, nothing really big. They're gonna come back with a season two. We'll see what happens. I mean, like if they really want to change things, they got to go back to what we felt was in the '90s because we're going to be the audience members to go to see those movies. We're going to be the ones that are going to want to see that, right? We're going to want to see jokes about people trying to play Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. You know what I mean? Like or
Well,
playing Halo.
y-
Like that's what we want to see.
you're
Tell me I'm
talking
wrong,
about content though.
but that's what's popular.
I'm talking about material. Nostalgia is always going to be there. I get that too, but there were jokes in this. There was physical comedy was a big part of the '90s, whereas
Right.
2000s was a lot of just kind of awkward randomness, right?
So they got to do physical comedy.
A newsman blowing a conch shell to summon his news team. Weird stuff, right? Where whereas the '90s was "Holy shnikes" catchphrases and then falling down a hill. These are all comedy trends now, and I think you need something a bit more. If you were to do it in the '90s now, you could do that. But the other thing that reigned supreme in the '90s was like misogyny. That was in every sitcom. It was always, oh man, the men are so different, hey, and every TV show was based on that. Everyone Loves Raymond, Home Improvement, King of
Married,
Queens,
married with
Yes
children.
Dear, yeah, Married with Children, Reba, you know,
Roseanne.
Roseanne, yeah.
Yeah. No, it's you're sitting here trying to think about what could work, and I'm telling you, like what's working. Again, I always bring up my wife because she's not a reviewer of movies, right? So she's the general audience, and she loved that Jennifer Lawrence movie. She thought it was
Oh,
absolutely hilarious.
you know what I think would
So,
work right now
hmm,
is because I just said that if it was, and this is on the context of old dads here, but he made it a little bit more dad centric in this movie. If you had a family trip movie, not like a National Lampoon, but again, don't make it National Lampoon. That movie was the new one with Ed Helms and Christina Applegate. That was a fine movie, but
that was hilarious.
because you put National Lampoon on there, you put an expectation and a bar and a brand on it that you just had to like meet. It's make it your own. I think that would be pretty fun if you were to do that again because We're the Millers is a good example. That's a
They're
great
making a
movie.
sequel. They're making a sequel.
See, like that's a fantastic movie. It's a family trip movie. So, maybe we'll just see something more like that. But
Where is it though? Like, I mean, like, I also would say that 21 Jump Street was really good, but that was like in the mid 2010. That was like in the early 2010s. I mean, there is comedy
you're
hits.
right.
Uh,
I also
um,
judge it on its quotability because I feel like a lot of comedies are so quotable. That's how they live on the big part of it too. We could do Caddyshack quotes all day. We could do Blazing Saddle quotes all day. We could do Ghostbusters quotes all day.
Will
There's
Ferrell movies.
yeah, exactly. A lot of these movies are quotable because that's just how punchable and memorable they were that those lines were.
Why I think that like movies like Will Ferrell movies are so memorable is because he plays characters, and I don't think a lot of that happens. I mean, Will Ferrell has been a NASCAR driver. He has been a semi-pro basketball player. He's been the other guy. He's been an anchor man. He has been a figure skater, right? I mean, like, and
Yeah.
seeing that actor and craziness is kind of fun. That's why Adam Sandler, when we reviewed Hubie Halloween, and I was so mad, and you were laughing your butt off. That was one of the last ones we reviewed. Right? You were laughing your butt off on that,
Oh, why?
and he
Because
plays a character.
yeah, because he made that movie to get back at everyone who talked shit about him.
Right.
Guaranteed. He's just like,
Well,
I'll give you a trash movie to watch, and he made Hubie Halloween. But
yeah, he.
Melissa McCarthy's a character actress as well too. But is she as memorable as maybe one of these other people? It's
Yeah, like yeah, I would say that she's memorable. I mean, like, she's memorable in some of the SNL stuff she's done. I mean, like she's been memorable. I mean, like any they're really media's really pushing hard in identity theft for some reason. Like that's all over my Amazon Prime right now. I mean, like she plays, of course, Bridesmaids would be a big thing for her, right? It's coming out of me like lava. That makes it a great comedy, right? This movie is going to be forgotten. That doesn't mean that I'm giving it. That doesn't mean I'm going to give it a small or a bad rating. It's just they did nothing with this movie that they could have done. It's just another. Oh, you know what it is without rambling. This is just a movie where Gen Xers don't like the way that Gen Z is doing things. I mean, that's what it
yeah,
is.
it felt like a Daily Wire movie.
Yeah, it's just yeah, it's just oh, I don't like the way the world changes. The way was when I was a kid was better. I mean, I might as well just watch F is for Family at this point, right?
Absolutely.
Right. So let's get into that. Eric, what's your popcorn rating for Old Dads?
I it's a small for me. Like it was, it was a fine to watch the first time. I'm not in a hurry to watch it a second time. Um, good on you, Bill. I wouldn't say this is a date movie. I would say this is watch it because you got home early from the bar, and I got to kill an hour before I go to bed, and then I'll watch the rest tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
That's what this movie is. This movie is you start it when you're drunk at night and you finish it in the morning. That's old Dad's. And it works.
Yeah,
And,
it does
and
its job.
And it works.
It does its job. No argument with me on there. I knew before we recorded that this was going to be a standard Movie Guys episode when we review a comedy. It's gonna go the way it went, and which is fine because we don't ever get a chance to BS once in a while, right? So yeah, it's a small bet. It's not. I'm never gonna go back to this. I'm gonna go back to that Jennifer Lawrence movie. That movie was funny. We should have reviewed that one.
This movie had
But-
its bits. There was a part when it showed Connor, the Italian guy, when they showed him trying to relate to the black coworkers and him going, hey, trying to do like the high five and, hey, so hey, you listening to that new Drake album? kind of something like that, and oh yeah, I've heard it.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen that guy. I think I may have been that guy.
Yeah, no. I've been that guy too, right?
I want
mean,
to think that I'm not, but in my
are.
I think it's also white of me to say that I haven't been when I clearly have been.
right. I mean, the movie is fine. I've been saying that a lot lately, but it does nothing for me. There were some funny bits, but I would go back to YouTube and watch Bill Burr's stand-up or F is for Family before I watched this again. It's just small. That's why we don't review comedies that often.
Do you think it's something for a stand-up comedian to go into the acting role? Do you think that's a hard sell as well too?
I mean, I watched The
Versus-
Machine. I thought The Machine was better than this.
Ouch. Okay. Yeah. Versus
But you hate
someone
Bert.
who's
You
like
don't-
who's like a
you-
player, like an improv.
You physically hate Bert. You wish death upon Bert Kreischer.
I'm not gonna go that far and wish death
You
on
don't
somebody, but I tell you
like-
what, if I saw that in the news that he had passed, I go, oh, and then I'd scroll right down to the next thing.
Yeah, see, you
Wouldn't
don't
even
like
click on
him.
the article, just scroll right past.
You don't like him. He's my kind of comedian, and my wife liked The Machine more than this movie because The Machine had funny, ridiculous things to it. This one really didn't add anything new to the genre. I didn't go in this expecting to add something new. I was going in this expecting Bill Burr to do Bill Burr things, and I think the greatest Bill Burr has ever been was in the King of Staten Island movie with Pete Davidson. That was a good Bill Burr movie.
That is the one thing I think comedians should be doing more of is some serious roles. If they want to get into acting, do some drama. I think that's usually a good arc for them to do, and then they can do a comedy thing after they've established themselves as an actor. But to go from stand-up comedy to a movie, I think some people still see you as an act, as a stand-up, as a bit, and so when you see a movie like this, I just see more of his act that he does in stand-up versus somebody who's done stand-up and then goes into acting and shows that they can act and they're an actor, and then they can do a little bit more of everything else. Then say, oh, okay, I can adjust
Yeah,
with
I'm
this
not-
person now. I can believe with it now.
I'm not ready for the Matt Rife movie, so.
There you go. Yeah.
Everybody, thank you so much for listening to the most recent episode of Movie Guys Podcast. Check us out at movieguys.podcast.podbean.com or wherever you get your podcast from. And of course, like always, when you go to that website, though, movieguyspodcast.podbean.com, you can still vote for our annual Movie Guys Podcast Awards. We do not vote. You do, the fans. So again, go to movieguyspodcast.podbean.com and you'll be able to click on the 2023 Movie Guys Vote Here tab and vote for the best, the worst, most disappointing films of the year. And then we will read the results for our special. Eric, thanks so much for joining me. We'll be back next Thursday for another awesome episode. Have a good night.
following this lovely couple around. And I say, did you know that they're on a quest from home? And
Well, they are on a quest. They're on a quest for not only adventure, but quest to see what Nintendo Switch game they're going to buy and play
it's
together.
Zelda. It's always a Zelda.
Is it Zelda though?
No, it might be an anime or Persona 18 or whatever the hell they're on right now.
Speaking of games, the hype of GTA 6, bud. You watched the trailer?
I did. It's looking pretty cool.
It looks great. I
think,
downloaded.
I'm gonna play it. I think I'm gonna download it. I got a new computer, and I think and it's up to spec to take those graphics.
Right, but it's not going to come out for like 2 years. The good thing is they got me to re-download Grand Theft Auto 5 because of it.
Yeah, I think I got it in the box somewhere.
Yeah. Gina has made it very clear. I don't know if I told you this before. If I did, stop me. That you are forbidden to give me Mediterranean food.
Oh yes, you have told me.
Okay, I did tell you. Gina was not happy.
I think you're gonna be okay. It just maybe the lamb, maybe
No,
Jordan
yeah,
in the lamb.
Gina said no more cabbage for this guy. I didn't stop farting until we got past Ann Arbor. My belly hurt. It was so much pressure. Like it was so much pressure. Like I just wanted to like poke a hole to relieve the pressure. Like I wanted my knee drained, but my stomach.
That's better in your car than in my house.
Oh no, yeah. I mean, my God, poor you. It would have been terrible.
Yeah, well, you know why I'm so skinny now.
No, but here's the thing though. That is not the reason why you're skinny.
Because I got a great system, buddy. Everything inside is just working overtime. I let them fly, dude. When I fart, the house rumbles. That's why I have this office so in the far off of the corner. This is like a Faraday cage.
This is
a
where you belong.
Faraday cage here, actually, so that every time I rip one, it just absorbs the shock in this room.
The funny thing is that you're in a corner, which I was always told to never put Eric in a corner.
Feel good about that one too.